Welcome back to my nightmare, which is this Eldritch horror playthrough. We're playing with Mandy and Luke now, because Min and Jacqueline and Trish have all gone insane, and we have this extremely bad rumor token out here. Our lead investigator is Luke. He's up here in London on a gate. He's going to take his two actions. The first action he's going to take is he's going to get a focus token, which will hopefully possibly let him re-roll the die at some point in time, maybe when he has that gate encounter. And the second action he's going to take is he's going to get himself a ship ticket. So he will be able to travel a little bit farther if he survives long enough to do so. And that's basically the two actions he has in London. And that was very quick. Up next, of course, is Mandy. Mandy's going to do her best to try and get over to this bad rumor, which keeps sucking the sanity away from our characters. So the first thing she will do in Shanghai is she is going to get a ship ticket. The second thing she's going to do is move. She's going to move from Shanghai here, one space. Then she's going to spend her ship ticket to move to Sydney, Australia, which is just off the edge of the board here. And that's going to be it. So that was her two actions for our characters. Up next, of course, we're going to have the encounter phase. And so we're going to be beginning, of course, with our lead investigator, Luke Robinson, for the encounter up in London. All right, so it's encounter time for Luke. And what's nice about Luke is his ability, without pulling the card up here because I have a whole bunch of dice and tokens on it, it says during the encounter phase, which is now, you may spend one focus or one sanity to encounter a gate on your space as if there are no monsters on your space. So he basically can just, I believe he can ignore the monster, although maybe he has to fight the monster first and then he can encounter the gate. But the way I read it, and I may be playing it incorrectly, but I'm getting so beaten up anyway, this is how I'm going to do it. So he's going to spend that newly acquired focus to have an encounter on the gate as if there are no monsters there. So I guess kind of like the Mist of Relay spell, he is able to dodge the Sand Dweller and not have to deal with him, and he can encounter the gate. So he will encounter that gate. And it's the gate from London, so we're going to pull up a gate card, and we're going to take a look at it. And once again, I should have got my goggles out here for seeing beforehand. I'm doing it now, wasting your time. All right, gate encounter, Lost Carcosa, or Carcassa. You find pages of a play. Oh no, no! Of a play that feature you as a character. Resolve the pass effect to resist saying the lines written on the page, or resolve the fail effect to say the lines that are written on the page. Oh my God. Do we resist saying the lines, or do we say the lines? Oh, we're going to resist. Forget it. It's all about resistance, this game. All right. So we are resisting this, to resist saying the lines. So it's the pass effect, which is this one. You struggle to resist the compulsion to say the lines. Willpower -1. Well, his willpower is 4. 4 minus 1 would be 3. So he will be rolling 3 dice to resist saying the lines. And all right, he gets 2 successes. No problem. Resistance was not futile. So he resists. If you pass, you prove that your will is strong, and Carcassa begins to fade away. Close the gate. Close the gate, and that's it. All right. So we close the London gate. It goes away. That will help us. And, okay. Unfortunately, he had the Trinket Dream Box. It says, oh, I shouldn't have used his focus. I should have used his sanity. When you close a gate during the Otherworld encounter, gain 1 focus. Oh, when you close a gate during an Otherworld encounter, gain 1 focus. If that gate corresponds to the current omen, recover 1 sanity. So anyway, he will get the focus back for closing the gate. So we didn't really lose anything, except I could have had 2 focus tokens, but that's the maximum anyway. All right, good stuff. Luke closes the gate, avoids the Sand Dweller. All right, up next will be our researcher, Mandy Thompson, and she's over in Sydney. All right, so I moved the camera a little bit to the right so we can actually see Mandy here in Sydney. Now, does she want to have a Sydney encounter or a generic city encounter? I think her strength is very poor. It's down to 1. This would improve her strength, but that might mean having a strength test, which is not very good for her. So I think we're going to chance it. We're going to have ourselves a generic city encounter. All right, it comes from this deck. And let's see what she has. Says, grifters have chosen you to be their next mark. Oh, great. You plan on turning the tables with a few tricks of your own. Observation -1. Her observation's 4. 4 minus 1 is 3. All right, let's see if she can turn the tables on the grifters. Come on, Mandy. And there's nothing she can do about it. She has no way to re-roll anything. She's hosed. 3 failures. Oh, man. If you pass, blah, blah, blah. If you fail, they swindle you. Discard 1 item possession and 1 trinket possession. An item and a trinket. Oh, you're kidding me. That sucks. Well, she has no items. She has a task, but she does have a trinket. So she's going to lose the magnifying glass, and it's once per round. You and another investigator may spend a clue to reroll any number of dice when resolving a test. Goodbye, magnifying glass. You are lost. Well, that was the generic city adventure. I'm going to replace the camera back to the center of the board, and then we're going to have the hideous Mythos phase. All right, here it is. The slap upside the head for Luke and Mandy in the form of these nice, lovely, purpley, pinkish Mythos cards. And the first thing we see here, of course, we have the Omen Track moves, then the Reckoning, and then another gate. Ooh. Omen Track moves from the blue constellation to the red fiery circle of death. And how many gates? Oh, man. We have 2 gates on the board that have the matching symbol, which means the Doom track goes down 2. It's going to go from 7 down to 5. Gee, Cthulhu getting ever closer to waking up. Not good. Now it is Reckoning effects. Oh, man, and there's a bunch. So we start with monsters. The Flying Polyp. What does he have to say? Move this monster to the nearest space containing a gate. It's already on a space containing a gate. Not going to go anywhere. And we have the Loiger, and I do believe his effect will not have an effect on anybody. Each investigator on the space or an adjacent space loses a health and sanity. Nobody's on this space, nobody's adjacent. That's not going to happen. All right, then we go to Cthulhu. We've looked at him many a time. Each investigator on a C space. Well, guess what? There's no investigators on C spaces. Not going to happen. Up next for Reckoning is our lovely Madness from the Sea card. Oh my goodness, this is the one we got to get rid of. Place a sanity token on this card. That's going to make it number 5 sanity tokens. And each investigator loses a sanity for each token on the card. All right, that's going to have 5 sanity tokens on it, which means Mandy and Luke are both about to lose 5 sanity. Are they going to go nuts? Well, Mandy's going to go from 7 sanity down to 5, or down to 2, losing 5. Down to 2 sanity. Luke goes from 8 sanity down to 3. So they are both on the verge, but they haven't gone insane. All right. And now Reckoning effects for items and cards and things, and nobody has anything that has Reckoning effects on them. So next up in our lovely Mythos phase is, of course, we're going to spawn another gate in Cairo, and it's the green comet symbol. So we're all going over to Cairo, and oh, is that not the right? I think that should not have been in here because we don't have the sideboard for that particular thing. So we're just going to discard that one. I don't think it should be in here. If that's incorrect, I will fix it. So the gate we're going to have will be at the pyramids. Okay, that's more like it. The pyramids. Okay. The pyramids gets a gate. Pyramids also gets a fun monster. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Cairo is on one of the sideboards for Under the Pyramids. Alright, the monster we get is a lovely little servitor of the outer gods. Isn't he a delightful fellow? And what does he have? Oh man, physical resistance, damage equal to the number of gates on the game board that correspond to the current omen. Damage. Ooh. Yeah, well, now there's a mummy there, and a servitor of the outer gods on the pyramid's gate. Ouch! Alright, we're going to come back. We're going to do the continuation of this Mythos card. Alright, continuing on the lovely card, and it says, "It has been a perfect setup, and you were the perfect patsy. The staged evidence was overwhelming, and no jury would ever see beyond the viciousness of the murder. The fact that the victim was your friend somehow only further implies your guilt. But we didn't do it." Okay. Framed for murder. No! It's an event. The lead investigator chooses an investigator with an ally asset. And that would be nobody. That investigator discards one ally asset and gains a detained condition. So does this just not happen? Nobody has an ally. All right, so the way I read that is, guess what? Nobody has an ally? That's not going to happen, because it says that investigator discards an ally and gains a detained. Well, nobody has choose an investigator with an ally. Well, we can't perform it because it's not there. So we dodged that bullet at least. Oh my God. All right, and yes, the Cairo gate should not have been in the stack. It was supposed to be part of Under the Pyramids, so I have put it in its proper place. All right, recapping. We haven't gone insane. We didn't lose an investigator this time. However, this rumor now has five sanity tokens on it. Oh my God. However, I do believe we can shut it down in the next episode, because Mandy's in Sydney and she's only one move away from getting to Madness from the Sea. And all we need to do, spend clues equal to the number of investigators to solve the rumor. And it says he may spend one fewer clue for each sanity token on the card. Well, it's going to cost 0 sanity to finally get rid of that rumor. Boy, that has plagued us from the first round of the game. So thanks so much for watching along. This is Eldritch Horror, my personal nightmare playthrough here on my channel. And thanks for your subscriptions, your comments, your likes. Join me next time when we have Luke and Mandy continuing to battle against Cthulhu, who has so far done a very good job of driving our investigators insane. We have 3 of them insane on the board right now, and probably going to have a lot more before the playthrough is over. And we're sitting at a lovely 5 on the Doom track before Cthulhu himself awakens and tries to devour our brains. So thanks so much for watching along, and join me next time for the continuation.